So just to forewarn you about this video, we put an absolute whooping on the white perch today. I say white perch, but I'm actually meaning black crappie. All the crappie we're going to catch are going to be black crappie. But we got on them today. It was good. Caught over 20, caught some brim, caught a few bass. It was a jam up day. I'm going to go ahead and show you the picture of the fish I caught right here. See, now when I say we caught 20, I mean we caught 20 to bring home. Caught way more than 20. I probably threw more than that back. They were too small. Caught them pretty much all on one treetop. Did have to go in a little oxbow to catch a couple other ones, but for the most part, everything came off of one treetop. Just getting going this morning. Just paddled over to this treetop. I was here a few days earlier and I caught 8 or 9. I didn't have a cooler bag or anything, so I just catch and released them. Now you can see I've already hooked up with a fish. The treetop is there on the left, and where I casted to, there's not much current activity, and I'm floating in a little channel where the tide comes in and out. You can see I hooked up with a little black crappie there. I don't think he's quite big enough, so we're going to put him in. But we just got here, so that is a good way to start. Using that backwater assault paddle, trying to be real quiet. I've put my big paddle up, and I'm casting as close as I can to that treetop. You can't really see it on camera. You'll get to see it later without hanging up. The water's pretty clear in here, so I can see down a few feet. And there we got another one.
That one's legal. That one's legal for sure. Yeah, not a bad one.
All right, in the net. There we go. And I forget to hold this guy up for the camera after I take him out of the net. I just kind of quickly stick him in the ice bag and try to take that little paddle and, you know, try to get off my fish. I'm trying to do all that quietly. And I forget to hold him up for the camera, but he was over 10 inches. It was a pretty good perch.
Yeah. So let me come through here.
A little bit better view here of the entirety of this top. You can see it's a downed tree. Kind of goes most of the way across this lake. And the limbs are sticking up, and there's a few limbs kind of out my way. And I'm letting the jig fall for a few seconds, and then I'm hopping it whenever I turn the reel handle. It'll kind of jump up a few feet, and I'm letting it sink, and whenever I see that line jump, then I know I've gotten a bite. And usually every cast I'll at least get a bite. This is a pretty good fish.
Not a bad one. Bad one.
Now, if you're asking yourself, why don't I just net this fish really fast? Today I'm actually taking some pictures for a project that's coming up. So I'm trying to get a few pictures on this trip in addition to catching the fish. And there's that picture as it was taken. So could have netted that guy faster, but trying to do a little photo op here on the side. That crappie was pretty decent size. It was over 12 inches. So my buddy that took the picture, he's going to go on through and bass fish because that's what he's doing. I'm pretty satisfied with that photo for now. And I'm going to go back to fishing this treetop. And here you can see we got another one. And this fish is not a crappie, but it's actually a little brim. And a decent sized little brim. So we're going to put him in the ice bag to go with the perch. Alright, so in the time that you've missed, I got snagged over there on my treetop, and I went over and unsnagged my lure, and I decided to go all the way around the down treetop to the other side, and now I'm making casts at it from the other side to see if I can locate any fish on this end of the treetop, because it's a pretty big down tree. And you can see here we got one. So my thought was that maybe I spooked the school, and the school kind of went to the other side of the tree, and that is a perch, so it's possible. Alright, I'm throwing to where the current would flow back and forth based on tide. I'm just kind of hopping it in that channel there, and I've had a couple little bumps on my line, but they'll tap it, and then I'll go to kind of set the hook, and they'll come off. I'm not sure exactly what it is, and here I've hooked up with something. Let's see.
That one ain't make.
That guy seemed a little bit more closer to the 8-inch side than the 9-inch side, so let him go. Oh man, that one's feisty. You can hear him pulling drag. Oh, haha, another one for the ice bag. There we go.
Full perch.
I think we've got the school relocated. So that guy's going to make 9 inches, so we're going to stick him in the cooler. Getting a little sizable mess here. Quick little break here to talk about the tackle used in today's video. None of this is sponsored, so I had to buy it all. First off, rod. It's Kuying Teton 6 foot ultralight action. We have our lure here. Let's get a better zoom on that guy. So Zman Baby Ballerz on the new Zman micro finesse head. Our line, 4-pound Yozuri hybrid. Reel. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Boom. Curado BFS Shimano. Excuse the guy on the motorcycle. Alright, after catching a few on the other side of the tree, I came back to where I originally was fishing, because I've noticed that the size on the far side just is not what it is over here. So I've made my way over, and I've got hooked up with another one. Let's see what this guy is. He is a perch. Okay, so not a giant, but they have settled down over here and they're biting again. I'm sure that guy was relieved to go back in the water. And let's take our backwater paddle a little bit, change our position, get more lined up to make a good cast, and zing it back out there. Another little fella. So much for my idea of it being all big ones over here. I guess there's little ones too. Ooh, I hear the drag moving on that one. Feels like a hefty one.
It's a decent one right there.
Oh, yeah, that is a hefty one. Right in the cooler, he's going to go. Got him netted. Get him in the cooler and get back to it. Right after putting that fish up, I'm sitting back here in a little flat, casting towards the laydown. It's kind of a good area to be out of the way, but there's a few snags over here. It's easy to get snagged. And here we got a drag puller again. This is another good fish, right after that other one.
Oh gosh, yeah, there's a good one. Okay, I see you.
This is by far the biggest one of the day, so I'm going to call my buddy back over to get a picture for that upcoming thing I got going on. And wow, what a fish. That one was over 13 inches. Boom, what a crappie. So the take home from this video is notice how quiet that I'm trying to be. Whenever I catch a fish, if I see where that fish is like pulling me into where I caught him from, I try not to make any corrective paddle strokes that are going to be really intrusive and loud. And sometimes if I catch one, I'll let the wind blow me past where the fish are, and I'll paddle back to it after I've put the fish in the cooler, unhooked it, or whatever I'm doing. I'm trying to be super quiet because that's really important. When you're super quiet, you'll catch big slabs like that. You may be wondering why I don't use an anchor or an anchor stick to keep myself from drifting on my fish, based on what I just said there in that last clip. I get snagged a lot whenever I'm crappie fishing around this heavy cover, and I find that it's less intrusive to drift over there and get unsnagged than it is to snatch and pull on the treetop and you end up making a commotion and scaring the school. So I prefer to not be anchored if I can help it and just try to stay off the fish with the paddle.
Another little guy.
I just have to wonder how many fish are down there in that treetop. So I've shown a bunch on camera and I've actually cut a bunch out. It's baffling just how many fish are down there.
I got something kind of big. It's not as big as that first one, but it's good.
I didn't think I would care too much for it, but I really do like hearing that drag clicker on that Curado BFS. Good little fish. Okay, textbook just like all the other ones. Throw out there, pull it a few feet away from the top, let it start slow sinking, and then thump it. Not a huge one, but they're all mixed in down there. Get him unhooked, let him go, throw back out there, catch another one. Oh, you can pretty well tell when that drag starts going ee, it's going to be a good fish. Going to try to be a little fancy on this guy and not use the net. Try to just lip him. That always looks a little bit cooler for the camera, doesn't it?
Oh yeah.
Good little fish. Nope, he bit it, but he wasn't on there. There he goes. He came back for it.
That's another good one, I think. Yep. Number 9. Another thing, if you see where you end up bumping into your treetop or you get hung up and you have to go over there and get it, a lot of times that school is done for at least 5 to 15 minutes. So if you get hung up, you know, you back off the school, you throw out there, you don't get some fish and a few casts, maybe make a few casts, you know, 15, 20 foot to the left, to the right, forwards, backwards. If you don't get anything there, just go do something else for 15 or 20 minutes and then slowly ease back to where you're catching those fish. And a lot of times they'll be settled down in 15 to 20 minutes and you can get right back on them and start catching them again.
Told you all that because I cast it into the tree, had a lot of difficulty getting it unsnagged, made a big commotion, shut the school down, had to leave. I think I left for like an hour or two, and then I came back a couple hours later and got right back to it, and this fish was settled down.
There's one.
And came right back to him and got going with a drag puller. And this was not a very big one, even though he was pulling drag. But he was strong. He was scrappy.
Oh, we got off. Jeez. Got him. That one thumped it good. Huh? I've done caught so many.
Limit's 25. I don't think you're there.
Limit's 30.
Is it 30?
Yeah.
My buddy, the only time he probably ever had here today. I've got a call all day through. I'm like,
Dang, another one? Oh, that one got off. That one thumped it.
You ever been to Tony's and seen that guy that had a cowboy boot hat with the small?
Yeah. Love a little guy. Shoot, there's gonna be some for the freezer, I believe. This point in the day, we're starting to finish up. It's afternoon. I think about this time it's somewhere about 2:30, 3 o'clock. It's getting dark about 4:45 this time of year. This is mid-December, and got a decent one here. This is going to be our last fish we catch for the trip, and not a huge one, but he's a little fella. Which I don't know. I almost feel like it would make it, but toss him back anyway.
We sure did catch them, didn't we? Didn't include all of them because I caught a lot of fish, but I included a decent bit. Let me know what you think. Thanks for checking out the video. I appreciate you making it until the end. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and see you on the next one.